Good morning.
We're right, we're open. We're
sorry.
good.
Okay. Good morning. This is the August meeting of the Allegheny County IDA, and I'm Judy Hopkins, Vice Chair. We have a full board today. Doug Frank, Randy Sheeler, and John Rickey are in the room, and Rich Buell is on phone. With us today also we'll introduce our guest here in just a minute, and also Craig is here. So, okay, first thing on the agenda would be to approve the minutes of the last meeting in July. Do I have a motion on that?
So moved.
Okay, thank you, Randy. Second, John, any questions or changes that you see on it? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Rich. Okay, next on the agenda would be the treasurer's report. The abstract report with the expenses is first. Any questions about that? Okay, we'll entertain a motion then to accept that.
So moved.
Thank you, Doug. Second, John. Thank you. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And
Aye.
thank you, Rich. Next would be the treasurer's report, the banking and financial summary. And do we have any, a motion to approve that first?
So moved.
Thank you, Randy. Second by John. And any questions about that? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. That is passed as well. Okay, Craig, is there a building maintenance report?
The only thing I have is that we now have the second pump installed. Remember, we had two pumps that had gone down in the heating system. Luckily we got the one fairly quickly, so we had heat, and we wanted to get the second one up, so we had a backup pump, so that was installed this last week. It took them 2 months to get the pump.
Well,
So luckily, so now we've got two pumps, so if one goes down, we're good. So that's why we wanted to get that second pump in, because we couldn't have, 2 months without heat. That would not have been good in the winter. So,
no, I'm glad you got it done before the demand starts.
but I couldn't believe it did take 2 months to get the second pump. So, but that's just where we are now in this economy. It's very strange.
Yeah, so much for the,
We were lucky to get the first one within a week. You found one, but this time it took 2 months. I don't know why it took so long for the second one, but it's installed. So that's all I have to report on the maintenance.
okay, everything's good at the OFA?
Yes.
No building, no heat pumps needed over there?
Not yet. I mean, they've got one price. We haven't got a second price yet. Hopefully by next board meeting, we'll get a second price, but it's operating, so there's no problem.
Good, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, we have an executive session on the discussion of a contractual issue. Are we ready to do that now, or, okay. Then we'll need a motion to go into executive session. John, thank you. Second by Doug. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Yep, we're back live.
And Oakley has just arrived as well, so we have.
His timing is good. I told him it'd be a long executive session, so he came a little late.
That was a smart move, Oakley. Smart move. Yeah, nice to see. Okay, all right then, we have some action items to deal with. The first one is to take the next step on the micro enterprise project that we've been working with Mike on it. And Mike, now, didn't really introduce you before, so
Okay.
introduce yourself to the public,
Sure.
and we'll proceed.
Yeah, Mike Zimmerman, Senior Vice President of the Harrison Studio. I'm working on the CDBG Micro Enterprise Program, and following the initial review and scoring of the 19 applications that were received based on the criteria of the program, we would like to recommend that we move forward preliminarily with the top 12 scoring applications to proceed with working with those companies to do the complete review and underwriting of those applications and business plans, and hopefully bring those projects back for final approval, following the thorough review process.
Okay. And we're very pleased that there have been some really good applicants. This is the second time that we've been a part of this CBDG program, and it has definitely fostered some positive new businesses in our county. So we're happy to be a part of this. So to proceed, then we would need a motion and discussion about where we go with this. So someone like to make the motion to approve the continuation of working with the top 12?
I move we ask Harrison Studios to proceed with the top 12 applicants based on the scoring system.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay, thank you. Any discussion on that, any questions? Okay, we're ready to vote on that then. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That motion is approved.
Right. So I
Was
would
there-
guess
was there
you'll
a no vote?
notify those folks,
Yes, we'll be in touch with
all 19, right?
Yes.
Okay. And copy me in, so if they have questions, I'll chime in.
Okay.
And I think it's really good to note, and I'll make it note at the county that, I've told them once, but I'll tell them again, it's pretty amazing that we got 19 applications
Yeah, it's great.
and 12 good ones, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, it's kind of, that means we're doing something right, and I think the word's getting out that we are here to support, as well as the county, the small business person, as well as the larger business, so.
Okay. Are there some additional action items that we need to?
That's
look
the only
at?
action item today, yeah.
Okay. Okay, then let's move on to old business. And that basically this is a different, I can never say a CBDG, CARES Act,
Right.
small business. Is there another update that we need?
I can just give a quick update. There's no action item or anything, but this is the CDBG CARES Act. You'll recall this was funding to support small businesses that have been impacted by COVID. Ultimately, through that process, you approved 21 businesses, and we're well into the process of funding those. So to date, we have funded 10 of the 21 businesses have gotten reimbursement from the state at $481,000 of the million that is to be drawn down. So we're just about halfway through. We have until the end of October to finish reimbursing all those businesses. And at this point, don't have any red flags on anybody, not completing the program or anything like that. So
You have some more money coming, right?
for
The next draw is in process.
yeah, there's another one. Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
There'll be some more checks cut. So we're making good progress.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions for Mike? Okay. Well, thank you, Mike. We enjoy working with you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Okay, you can leave.
Dismiss.
We can't, but we can.
can.
We appreciate it.
Get out of here fast.
And we're looking forward to finalizing this micro enterprise and obviously the next one. So I think it's been a very good process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next order of business is an update on the Gateway Center to the Western New York Wilds from Craig.
I talked to Tom yesterday. I know you talked to him. We probably talked to him yesterday as well.
I did not.
Okay. He's saying that Hunt's making good progress on the seeker, and it shouldn't be too much longer before they're ready to file that. Basically, they're making sure that they're putting in the roadway, the water line improvement, and the small wastewater treatment system. So they're coordinating that all together, and they're not done yet, but they're pretty close to being able to file the seeker. And then obviously, once they file it, it's a good 30 days for that process. So it's a couple months anyways before that gets ready to do work.
So
He felt pretty comfortable on it.
is that going to go into the winter as a project, or?
He's still talking about fall. He's still thinking he can get that started in the fall, which is a good time for him before snow flies. You know, there's that in between construction in the summer where he's busy on bridges and things, so he may still have some time to do some work on that.
You mentioned wastewater treatment plant.
A small package
They're gonna
plant.
do a package plant now, because we were
No, it's still a package plant. I haven't heard anything changed.
trying to, okay, I thought we were trying to. Guess it's down the road a ways before
Right.
we get a sewer, we're doing
Well,
a countywide sewer plant, so it will be a package.
that would be a while. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, I know.
That would delay the project for years, so.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. On clean energy updates?
The update is we had our public hearing yesterday for the Augustus Solar in Wellsville. And I was there, the developer was there, and the landowner was there. So there were no public comments except for the landowner wanted to assure the public and us that he is using the least usable land on his that he has, the 14.9 acres. So he's not using the most productive land, but the other land. He wanted to make sure the public knew that clearly. So that's why he was there. Other than that, there were no comments. So it was the typical small, just me and a couple people.
I'm getting used to that.
Well, I tried to tell that, the developer was going to do this big presentation. I said, well, don't be ready to do a big presentation because I've already know what the project is. Probably nobody there, but she was there to answer questions. So.
Good.
Sure.
And
And then-
what is the company, what's the developer on that one?
Well, they've changed. They're trying to think. They got bought out by, I think it's Clean Chase. I can't remember Clean
That's
something.
okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I don't have the application in front of me.
Okay.
The only other thing is I know we're still working. The county's still working on the road use for the large wind turbine project. I don't know where that is, but if you could help follow up on that, that'd be helpful too.
We've had a few blips in the road.
Okay, no, I know.
Slowed us down.
Because they're ready to move as long as they get the, that's the only thing that's slowing them down right now to start doing construction. They still wanted to start this year if they could. The other one is we met with the taxing authorities with the town 2 weeks ago, maybe it's 3 weeks ago now. And there's the host agreement with the town for the large Alfred solar project, Northland Wind, not Northland Wind, but Northland, is about ready. There's one last sticking point, but most of the things were taken care of at that meeting. So the town, I think, is ready to sign off on that. And then they'll come back to us for the full pilot. The pilot at this point is our typical UTEP, which would be $2,500 for a megawatt. And then the town's looking for obviously additional funds, but I think we're about ready to have an agreement with them, and then so we can move ours forward. They haven't made a financial application yet, but if they have the pilot negotiate ahead of time, that makes life a lot easier.
Yes, so they've agreed to what we had stipulated.
Yeah, they originally came in much lower. That's all I could say, but now they've come back so that the pilot, the county, the town, and the school districts would be sharing the same amount for as large as it was the small, and the town is getting a pretty healthy host agreement as well. There's a few small things they're dealing with, but one of them was escalation. So,
How about the Great Lakes cheese?
no updates. Matt has not informed me of anything else. I still have had that one discussion I talked to you about. There's a long, a fellow's been calling me. I don't know his name. I don't have it in front of me. I'll get it next time. But his family was one of the was interested in regenerating potentially. They used to make cheddar cheese there years ago and do cheddar cheese again. So we'll see if that comes out.
It would be great if the Cuba cheese that's known as the Cuba cheese could be manufactured there again. And it used to be like you said. Yeah.
I just make a statement here. We met with Matt Wilkinson.
Right.
This was like a year and a half.
Right.
He told us within a year you'll know what we're doing. He wouldn't tell anything.
No, I
This
know.
is Lee James and the mayor.
I know.
So nothing. He also stated there's no way he's gonna let a competition come into that.
Mhm.
So I don't know if he's hanging, that's what he stated to us. They're not interested.
They're not in competing. I know. He's told me
Yeah.
the same thing, but I don't think it's talking about competition. It'd be working with them, I think.
But here we are 4 months out from them moving and we still don't have anything. So
I know.
I'm a little bit disappointed. And I talked to Lee just last week and nothing.
Yeah,
So,
I talked to Matt a month ago, but I'll call him again and see if we
Yeah, because that's
see
pretty
if we.
much hanging it out and you got people asking and you
No, I know.
don't know
Because
if you can
they're,
say yes or
because they're
no.
talking about the next quarter, the first quarter of the next year is when
Yeah.
they're gonna.
Yeah, that's when they start moving.
So, no, I know. I was hoping we'd have something by now myself, but. I'll keep it on the agenda. You ask, and I think we should know because obviously we could still help if they need to have help in a new, somebody else owning that facility for whatever purpose.
Right.
Okay. Another bullet point here is the discussion of new IDA board members.
I've got a couple people I've been talking to. I've got a couple more phone calls. Hopefully before the next board meeting, I'll have some names to pass to the board to have a look at that. And if you have any names, just let me know. I'll reach out to them and talk to them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, new business. Any new business? Seems like our old business is also new business too.
Excuse me, Judy, just
Yeah,
back
go
to
ahead.
the new ACIDA board members. So what would so Craig, you mentioned these names, or there are a couple names.
All right.
Also, other board members might want to bring forth other names. And
Right.
then what would we do? Get maybe like a 2-person nomination committee, or would we since the board's so small, the whole board would be the nomination committee? What does our board think about that?
Yeah, which way would you want to go? Because right now, I think officially we have, typically all of our committees are the full board, but I talked to Rich about this yesterday. It'd be better to have a nominating committee of only 2 people, because then you can talk without having a public meeting. Because it gets a little dicey of having a public meeting talking about potential board members, I think.
Well, and there are some other items for discussion that would come as part of that nomination process, I think. So I think it is a good idea to have a separate nominating committee.
All right.
Could we appoint that today?
That's what I think Rich is bringing up.
Okay. Rich, what would you suggest? What do you want to see happen?
Just 2 people other than me, I think. I think it should be, 2 people who want to volunteer to do it, and then they could work with at least getting these 2 names from Craig.
Right.
Make that as part of the mix. Maybe that would be the only 2 names, who knows? But that would be just, the way to get it going.
Well, let's back up. I'm not sure. I commented earlier, I'm not sure that we have to go to 7. That's the first thing we have to determine.
Well, that's why it's good to have a nominating committee to discuss that as well. Because even if we find 2 people that we think are good, the question is, do we want to go to 7? So that's what the nominating committee can discuss.
Right. So there are at least three issues that I'm thinking of that would come out of that discussion. So do we have any volunteers to be on it, or do you want it? Well, first of all, do you want a nominating committee of 2 members? What does the board want to do on that?
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
2 or 5, right? I mean,
Yeah, 2 or 5. If you do 5, then it's a
Five's
different
not
discussion.
workable. My opinion, 5's not workable because then what, he brings somebody in and he interviews with talks to 5 people, how do you get 5 schedules? I think it needs to be a smaller.
I think 2 people is what you need.
I think that Judy should be on the committee,
And John just volunteered.
and John should
John
be
just
the other one.
volunteered.
Well, I can probably do that as opposed to
Congratulations.
Okay.
an office, so.
1, 2.
We got 2. Randy did another fast one on us.
Okay, here we go, John.
Oh,
I'll get a hold
I'll
of you 2.
I'll do it. Well,
We'll get a hold of you 2 and we'll have. some
Okay.
discussions.
All right, so, we haven't approved that we're gonna have a nominating committee of 2 people. So we have 2 people who are willing to do it. Somebody else make the motion to make this happen.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion.
Yeah, Rich is fast on the draw there. Thank you, Rich. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Randy. Okay, all those in favor of having a nominating committee of 2 people presently with volunteers, John, Ricky, and Judy Hopkins, all please say aye.
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 Thank you, Rich.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you. Okay, we'll follow through with that then. Any other new business
Well, I
today?
wanted to go back, Craig,
Go ahead.
going back to John's comments on Great Lakes.
Sure.
Can we get Matt to come here? We've never really met him.
Sure, I'll
I
ask him.
don't know how you ever will.
He's up here often.
Have you met
I
him?
met him once, he met with a bunch of group. from-
I've talked most of him on the phone, but I met with him whenever he came up, but I'll
Where is he
talk to him.
from? I mean, is he
Ohio.
out of town?
Yeah, he's out of town.
Well, even a Zoom meeting would be good.
Ohio's not that far. I
I
mean,
don't know how
he
much
comes up
he-
here often.
Imagine he's around with that new plant.
Oh,
He comes
okay.
up here often, I think.
Does he? I would think so. He was-
It's a 2-hour
Well, that would
drive.
be good in person. would be
I'll
best.
see if we can get Matt here.
That'd be nice.
If not in person, I know he would do a Zoom call. He would do one.
Yeah, he's pretty approachable.
He's a pretty nice guy, actually.
Okay, good point. Thank you, Doug, for bringing that up.
He would come. I know that. He would participate. Okay?
Okay, any other business, good of the order to come before the meeting? If not, we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
John,
Okay.
and second by Doug. All in favor? Aye,
Aye.
we are adjourned. Okay, thank you very much.